Hello there. I have had a couple of questions about the best way to navigate through the course, and so I thought I'd just do a bit of a show and tell. So what you can see on the screen here is me in student view, which I believe is very, very similar, if not identical, to what it is that you see. It's just probably reshaped a bit. It looks different depending on what device and what browser you're using, and I'm kind of using a bunched up version of, I'm looking at it in Chrome. So the way that it works is on the home page, the three most recent announcements will be shown, and then you'll be able to see all of this business, my getting started video, those kinds of things. Now, announcements, there's a separate announcements tab clearly, but really as these come up, you will be able to have a look at them. The red button means that you haven't actually read that announcement yet. Click through to have a look at it, and you can always reply to announcements. In fact, you can think about announcements as a kind of discussion area. You'll hear from me in the announcement platform at least once a week. Now, I suspect what's been happening is a number of you have been going to the syllabus page. Syllabus page is a great page, one of my favorite pages, because it gives you this nice, concise list of all of the things that you have to do. And let's face it, there's a lot of them that need to be delivered over the course of this course. Now, each one of these will link either to the activity, or so I'll put all of the webinars in them, only the first one's in there for the moment, or it will link to the submission place for the assignment. Similarly, you can use your calendar to do that. And what's a great little hack for those of you who might not already be aware of it is you can publish your Canvas calendar so that you can read it in your ordinary online diary. So if you use Outlook or Google Calendar or iCal, any of those things, you can actually be able to read along with all your work appointments and your social stuff. You can see your assignments that are due and classes for uni as well, which I think is a fabulous feature. But the problem with just looking here is that you go straight to the task and you don't have any context or any background. So the key way that we work in this course is through the modules area. So when you click on modules, what you will see is a number of these different headings. So if this is the first course that you've done, or if this is the first time you've used Canvas, I'd strongly recommend that you work through the course orientation and setting up for success modules. In particular, in the setting up for success modules, there's this great link to the library. And we've done a lot of work in this course to make sure that all of the materials are available online, and that they can be accessed either using your own research skills and developing your own research skills, or just through the permalinks, which are in the pages in Canvas. We'll take you through to the library, but you will need to log on and you need to learn how to use the library. So really take advantage of that. There's also some great tips and tricks for studying online, for managing your enrollment, and for getting around Canvas. So make sure that you spend some time working through those. The next module here is the assessment in this course module. Um, if you have a look at that, you'll see that there are a range of different assessment groups. So the first of these is task 1.1. It's made up of a whole heap of formative tasks. Well, some of them are formative, some of them are summative actually. And so basically this course, 30% of your mark comes from a whole heap of little tasks that you do. Basically, each week has 2.5% of your marks, and those 2.5, I've just broken them up into 25 points. They will be either individual or group tasks that are assessed over the course of this process. So read the material that's in that hyperlink. Then you'll also see that there are group tasks that are in this as part of your 45%. Sorry, the way I said it before, it might have sounded like the group tasks were part of the 30. They're not. And then there's also a group project, which is basically the other 35% here, where you are basically doing a group presentation and preparing a group report. And there's some resources in this section that will help you with that. And then the final assessment, which is worth 25%, is a reflective essay. So you'll get some feedback on reflective practice as you go. In fact, one of the week 1 activities requires you to do some reflective practice as well. So that'll be a great opportunity to get some feedback on that. Then what you'll find is that the course is broken up into topics. So our first topic is an introductory topic, and it's going to run over 2 weeks, weeks 1 and week 2. Each week you will see that there will be topic notes followed by activities. So you see week 1, introduction to design thinking. If we click down here, you will see each of the topic notes. Quite a lot in week 1 because there's quite a lot to get yourself started with. And then that's followed by the activities. No group activities this week. All of these tasks, which together you'll see a 10-pointer, a 10-pointer, and a 5-pointer. The individual activities will always add up to 25 points. Those tasks need to be done by midnight on Sunday night Melbourne time. Now, but you will find that it's actually almost impossible to make sense of these tasks in a real way if you've got no context. So it's important that you work through the topic notes in order to do that. So case in point, one of the most difficult to make sense of is the SWOT analysis task. I'm just clicked on that to open that. So this is the place where you submit your assignment. You can see in these assignments what the assignment's about, and you'll see that there is a rubric that explains how those 10 marks will be allocated. And it gives me an opportunity to give some feedback. Basically, it tells you what you need to do, that you need to upload some evidence that you've done the task, and then you need to use reflective practice to write about your experience and learning. And there is a link to part of the RMIT website that will help you with understanding what the requirements for reflective writing are. But by itself, this doesn't make a lot of sense. So let's go back into the modules. You can't see it on the recording, but I've just clicked the back button to do that. And if we look in the activities for week 1, or the topic notes for week 1, you'll see towards the end, one of the topics is your personal strength, weakness, opportunity, and blockers. I might change the title of that before I put this video out, to actually put the word SWOT in there to make it a little bit easier for you to understand. And this is the section that tells you what the SWOT is. So you can see it's basically my hack of a SWOT, or a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats tool, something that you will use a lot, along with the TOES analysis in your MBA. And so basically here I've described what it is that you want to do, and I've made another little video in there that will give you sort of an overview of thinking about how you might do that. So to make it really as clear as it possibly can be. You'll see videos like this. These allow you, see it's only a 1:28 video, and these allow you to, as it says on the tin, add your 2 cents. So you can make some comments, highlight something, ask a question. I would note though that there's actually no trigger in this system that lets me know if you've asked a question on a video. So it's great if you put the question in there at a particular point, but then also just drop me a line, an email, or text message or something, ideally even in the discussion area, that lets me know that there's something waiting for me to comment on or to answer your question. So basically this should be your methodology each week. All of the materials are available to you, although we might, some of them will be updated and new things will be added in as we go, particularly as we're just finalising some of the content for the background materials for this semester's wicked problem assignment. But what you will find each week is, and really, you need to try and be as synchronous as you can, your other commitments allowing, because you will be working in groups, and much of the group work tasks have been designed to make sure you're all on the same page when you're doing group tasks. But you'll see in week 1, there'll be topic notes followed by activities. Similarly, week 2, topic notes, then some activities. Then when we move on to topic 3, there'll be a brief introduction, and that will be followed by week 3's topic notes, week 3's activities, week 4 topic notes, week 4 activities. I think you can see the picture. I hope that that gives you a good feeling for how you might work your way through this course. I'm really looking forward to meeting you in the webinars, and in each of the weekly webinars I'll give a high-level overview too of what the tasks are and what the expectations are, along with providing some opportunities for you to do that work and to ask those questions. Bye for now. Cheers.